Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start episode 709 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Chapter 1242, Drinking and Singing. Delicious, simply too delicious. I never thought red-hued fish could be made into such a delicacy. Crispy on the outside, tender inside, spicy yet refreshing, with a lingering taste, and it even strengthens the body, aiding physical refinement. Brother Yuan, could you teach me this exclusive cooking method? If you do, I'll write off the 5 trillion you owe me. Son of God Qian could faintly smell a business opportunity. Chen Yuan smiled. Easily done. This method is called barbecue. It works not only for fish and shrimp, but also for roasting giant beasts of the stars and all sorts of cosmic delicacies. But the key isn't the grilling. It's my secret cumin powder and chili sauce. Without them, you'll never get this taste. So that's the secret. Brother Yuan, could I buy some of your special seasoning? Any price is negotiable. Qian Qi's eyes lit up. That's easy. I still have a few packs. Since we're brothers, I'll give them to you for free. Money isn't important. Unlike some people, I'm not obsessed with it. I still feel guilty for the great loss I caused you before. Chen Yuan took out several small packets. These were his treasured stash. Together, they'd be worth a bit over 30 yuan in a supermarket. In the universe, factoring in rarity and inflation, one pack could easily be worth 1 trillion cosmic starstones. No exaggeration. Brother Yuan, it seems I truly misunderstood you. You're so generous. I, Qian Qi, am no miser. Here, take this 30,000-year-old emperor's wine. It's brewed from 36 kinds of top-grade divine fruits and the ageless divine spring. For ordinary cosmic beings, one sip grants eternal youth, immortality, and beauty. For those like us, it tempers the body and increases cultivation. Brother Qian Qi, you're too polite. Here, keep eating. This red-hued fish, I caught over a dozen of them. Eat as much as you like. I'll make sure you have enough. I also have 2 bottles of matai. They won't boost your cultivation, but the craftsmanship is superb, the taste delicate and lingering. Barbecue with matai, that's one of life's great joys. Oh, then I must try. The 2 of them drank and sang aboard the boat, joy echoing across the red-hued river. It felt like they had met too late in life. Eating fish, drinking wine, it was like a holiday trip. Full and satisfied, Chen Yuan was overcome with poetic inspiration. Red river flow from the heavens, rushing to the sea, never to return. See in the high hall the mirror that grieves for white hair. In the morning it's black like silk, by evening it's snow. Life's triumphs must be enjoyed to the fullest. Never let the golden goblet face the moon empty. Heaven gave me my talents for a reason. Even if 1,000 crystals are spent, they'll return again. Roast dragons and carve fish for pleasure. Drink 300 cups at once. Since ancient times sages and worthies were lonely, only drinkers leave their names. He translated Li Bai's famous bring in the wine into the universal tongue. To his surprise, the grandeur and heroism remained intact. The momentum was astonishing. Standing at the bow of the ship, one hand behind his back, his aura was overwhelming. And the boat was nearly to the far bank. Lan Xingyue, goddess Silent, Huolinger, Long Yan, and others had been waiting there for 3 full days. Huoling didn't even know why she was waiting. Perhaps she simply hoped Chen Yuan would return safely. Recently, her realm seemed on the verge of a breakthrough. Maybe she'd reach the galaxy rank soon. A few days of rest would help her prepare. 3 days passed, and she was ready to leave to find a quiet place for her breakthrough. Then, from the other side of the red-hued river, she heard a clear, bold poem recited by a graceful man standing on a large boat, one hand behind his back. His presence seemed to soar to new heights. Since ancient times sages and worthies were lonely, only drinkers leave their names. Who is this man, to be so arrogant? Arrogant, yes, but the poem's imagery is lofty, carrying a spirit of striving and resilience. It's as if he's saying no one is born worthless. Every small existence can explode with infinite potential. Everyone has their own talents and strengths. Find the right path, and anyone can become a peerless genius. Boss Yan, it's Boss Yan. The one reciting the poem is him. He's alive. Not only is his talent amazing, But his mental state is so profound, and he's gifted like this too. No wonder he could resist that overwhelming malice. His state of mind is even stronger than before. Chen Yuan Gij is so handsome. Long Yan's eye sparkled. God is silent. Favorability +1, current, 92. Huolinger, favorability +5, current, 65. Chen Yuan is safe. He's really safe. You. Tears welled in Lan Xingyue's eyes. The lifeless look she'd worn for days was replaced by vitality. She cried from sheer relief. No one knew how much psychological pain she had endured these past days. To believe you'd fatally injured the one you loved, no one could easily forgive themselves. She would have lived her life under that shadow, in despair and collapse. But now, Chen Yuan was back, whole and unharmed. She couldn't hold back anymore. Before he even reached shore, she ran to him like a madwoman. In full view of everyone, she threw her arms around him and kissed him. Chen Yuan froze. Feeling the soft press on his lips, he realized he'd just been kissed. Seriously? Wasn't this a bit much? Xingyue, shouldn't you keep some decorum? Sure, I know my handsome face is irresistible, but couldn't you wait until no one was looking? You scared me so much, she sobbed. I'm so glad you're safe. Promise me, don't ever risk yourself for me like that again. I would collapse. I couldn't bear losing you. I'd rather die myself. She spoke with absolute conviction. Clearly, she meant it. All right, see? I'm fine. I just discovered the red-hued divine water can actually refine away malice, using poison against poison to restore my mind. Now, all the malice in me is gone. You don't have to worry anymore. The other inheritor sons, hearing this, felt as if they understood. So the red-hued divine water had such a miraculous effect. But to swim across the red-hued river and survive? Only Boss Yin could manage that. Chen Yuan stepped onto the shore. Chapter 1243, Struck by Lightning. Chen Yuan's entire body trembled. Golden light flashed in his eyes. The Mingxin grass glowed with a brilliant gold hue, each stalk standing over a meter tall. Its growth was painfully slow. It took 1,000 years to grow just 1 centimeter, and 100,000 years to reach a meter in height. Every inch of it was pure essence. Only Mingxin grass that had grown for over 100,000 years could form the legendary heart of the spirit herb. Consuming Mingxin grass could temporarily boost one's talent and comprehension, but consuming the heart of the spirit herb would permanently increase those attributes. The older the herb, the greater the effect. However, Mingxin grass that was more than 100,000 years old looked exactly the same as ordinary ones. Neither the naked eye nor spiritual sense could tell them apart. Only after picking it could one confirm if it had a heart of the spirit herb. How strange. There's a whole field of Mingxin grass here. Why hasn't anyone picked them? A cosmic treasure like this should be worth a fortune. Chen Yuan asked in puzzlement. Could it be that the current generation of inherited saint sons were so wealthy they didn't care? This Mingxin grass can only be picked once per saint son. That's a rule set by a mighty expert. Before, there was a golden horn saint son who ignored the warning. When he picked a second stalk, he was instantly killed on the spot by the purple heaven divine lightning. This top-tier spirit herb can only grow alongside cosmic divine water. Its effects are astonishing, and if it contains the heart of the spirit herb, the effect is even heaven-defying. Unfortunately, we can each only take one. I, Sister Xingyue, the fire spirit goddess, Saintess Long Yan, and even Saint Sun Huoya, all of us only managed to get ordinary ones. The purple orchid goddess explained regretfully. Only one per person? That's stingy. Chen Yuan frowned. The purple heaven divine lightning was one of the top cosmic divine thunders. Its instantaneous electrical might could reach over 100 billion volts. Even a galaxy-level powerhouse would be reduced to ashes instantly. Chen Yuan wasn't sure if he could withstand it. But he had 3 layers of protection: the defensive artifact Black Tortoise Bell, the Eternal Flame, and hundreds of thousands of enhancement points. With so many trump cards, he was tempted to test the purple heaven divine lightning's power. Besides, his physical strength was already equal to that of a 10th-stage galaxy-level expert. At this level, ordinary tempering methods weren't enough to push him toward a dominator-level cosmic divine body. Rolling up his sleeves, Chen Yuan walked into the herb garden. After some selection, he pulled up a particularly thick Mingxin grass. As expected, it was ordinary, probably less than 100,000 years old, and without a heart of the spirit herb. At the same time, Son of God Shang-Qiu casually picked one as well. Suddenly, an unexpected change occurred. The herb in Shang-Qiu's hand emitted a faint golden halo. As the halo contracted, a heart of the spirit herb appeared at the root. That's the heart of the spirit herb. My heavens, Shang-Qiu actually found one. Is he the child of destiny? So many saints' sons before carefully picked through and found nothing. But he just grabs one and hits the jackpot? His luck is insane. A heart of the spirit herb that permanently boosts talent. I admit I'm jealous. Ha ha ha, Brother Yuan. Looks like my luck's a little better than yours. Shang-Qiu grinned. How about we keep going? Up ahead is the Hall of the Revered. Beyond that lies the domain God Steel. They say only by comprehending the first-level domain to 100% can you open the spatial gate and enter the fifth Holy Land. Brother Yuan, why don't we race to see who gets there first? He said confidently. Chen Yuan shook his head. No, with so much Mingxing grass here, I don't believe I can't find one with a heart of the spirit herb. He casually popped 3 to 5 red-scaled fish pills into his mouth like candy, then reached out and yanked up a second stalk of Mingxing grass. Stop! Don't! Dangerous! Lan Xingyue, the purple orchid goddess, Hualinger, Long Yin, and even Shang-Qiu shouted in alarm. But it was too late. No one expected that Chen Yuan, fully aware of how the Golden Horn Saint's son, famed for his physical toughness, had been obliterated by purple heaven divine lightning for picking a second stalk, would still dare to break the rules set by a supreme being. The next moment, thunder surged. A purple bolt of divine lightning, as thick as a water barrel, crashed down toward Chen Yuan with unstoppable force. Chen Yuan had been prepared. The instant he pulled up the second stalk, he had already raised his left hand, summoning the 6th-level civilization artifact Black Tortoise Bell to shield himself. Boom! The lightning struck the bell directly. The artifact absorbed most of the force, but some still pierced through and struck Chen Yuan. Even reduced to only 10 billion volts, it still exceeded his limit. His body began to break apart, his cells annihilating under the destructive might. The purple heaven divine lightning's power was terrifying beyond compare. It seemed ready to destroy even his soul's origin. Chen Yuan's heart skipped. System, give me 10,000 enhancement points. Ding. Deducted 10,000 enhancement points. Current remaining, 381,200. With the enhancement points protecting him, the destructive force was halted just enough to keep him from instant death. Only then did the eternal flame react, burning his life force to resist the lightning's invasion and repair his body. Cold sweat dripped down his forehead. Without enhancement points, even the eternal flame might not have saved him. The flame granted immortality, but only if at least one living cell remained to regenerate from. If the purple heaven divine lightning destroyed every cell, soul, and spark of life in a fraction of a second, even immortality was meaningless. That was its horror. It was so fast the eternal flame almost couldn't react. This also proved his body's defenses still weren't high enough. He couldn't even last a full second. After 10 minutes of tempering under the divine lightning, Chen Yuan finally recovered. His body felt significantly more refined and strengthened. The next instant, he comprehended something, a faint trace of the law of lightning. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.